was guilty.
They all really knew he was guilty. But you know how many times white guys have killed black guys and just all white jury and gotten off, whether they're cops. In the South, they used to string up guys and then they just have like a sham trial. Oh, innocent. Hundreds and hundreds of times. So finally, this was one for their side.
Yes.
That's exactly why OJ got off. It's like, well, we're on the board.
That's exactly right.
That's why they were.
See how I'm agreeing with him on this subject? Because I know everything about this subject. I don't know enough of the other.
There was very little sympathy for OJ, even though he got the book thrown at him for the nonsense that he did. But it's like even black people said he basically got what he had coming.
Yes.
20 years later.
Yeah. Because they all realized later, even though they didn't want to believe it, down the road they believed he
should have been in jail
guilty.
for the last 20 years and never getting out for two brutal murders like that. He should have never seen the light of day. So he had like a 20-year pass.
The blood evidence at the crime scene of Ron Goldman's, Nicole Kidman, and OJ's blood, all three, OJ's own blood was at the crime scene.
And their blood was at his house.
I don't know if he knows. And then up the back walkway where he parked his car in the alley was blood drops. The DNA.
For that to have been a frame job, it would have had to take like a year to plan.
The DNA
and they had all the evidence in like an hour. Like they would have just had OJ's blood on him, just in case he ever killed him.
It was the DNA on the blood that it was his blood at the crime scene mixed in with theirs. And up the back alley, and on the Bronco, and on the street, up the driveway, up the stairs to his bedroom, on the socks. All three of their bloods was 5.7 billion with a B to 1 that it was his blood, and there was only 6 billion people in the world, and only 300 million were in the United States at that time. In other words,
and only one lived in that house.
Huh?
Only one lived in that house.
Yeah.
Where the blood matched.
Yeah.
And he had a violent, turbulent relationship with his wife, including beating her up many times.
It was the biggest
joke
of all time.
But when you have the racial factor, the all black jury,
and the gloves and everything, they just brought up.
OJ's lawyers were like 5 of the best lawyers
in the world,
and they had like literally. It would be like if Richie tried to play Tiger Woods in his prime.
In Tiger's prime.
In Tiger's prime,
right? I'd have no chance.
And it was a 72-hole match. And what would be
the one day anything could happen. But
one day nothing could happen.
No, that's not true. One day anything could happen.
I would.
David, the first day I was in town, I shot 69 in shadow from the back. Yeah. Tiger doesn't have to shoot 69 in shadow, but he will. But one day anything can happen. 4 rounds, it's like it's what he's saying.
Impossible. It was much worse than that.
Way worse. way
Just a difference in the investigators, the lawyers. I mean, that guy, Darden.
Yeah, you had 2 L.A. city attorneys.
And Marcia Clark was pretty weak also.
City attorneys, not U.S. attorneys. City attorneys that took the case, that did the best they could, but they were overmatched. They were 24 handicaps against Tiger. That's what they were.
And they still should have won.
They still should have won.
They made so many bad mistakes. First of all,
the gloves was a terrible mistake.
Gil Garcetti's mistake to not have that trial in Santa Monica courthouse.
That's number one.
Instead of having it downtown LA.
That's number one.
It would be better,
but they wanted the promotion.
Because it would be better if OJ got convicted in like downtown LA where there's going to be a lot of black people on the jury to show that he was really being fair for his re-election, which never happened, of course. And it
was amazing.
But they could have had the trial because the murders were right there in Brentwood. The closest Brentwood, yeah, on Bundy. So the closest courthouse was the Santa Monica courthouse. It's only like 3 miles away.
Yes.
That would be the normal place where someone else would have done it. They would have done there, and if they would have had it there, the jury would have been like 10 white and 2 black.
Yes. But that's not. See, I don't even like to hear the 10 whites, 2 blacks.
I'm just saying,
the 9 blacks and the 3 whites they had.
Just because
that's like the Supreme Court.
No, but that's like the demographic.
Fucking shit.
But you're supposed to get tried by a jury of your peers.
That's
he killed him in Brentwood, and that's where they're having the trial in Brentwood. In Santa Monica. It's an affluent neighborhood. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to take away. For his re-election, he thought it would be better if they could have in downtown LA.
That's exactly right.
Which is basically mostly black. And there.
So you know how they say jury of your peers, David? So when I talk to the U.S. attorney on my thing, which they're not obviously not going to do anything, I went in and I signed a thing where I said my lawyer I want to talk to them. My lawyer set it up where I could go down and talk to them down there in downtown. And I said, I hope we get in front of a judge and there's a trial, because I'm going to get a jury of my peers. 12 gamblers we're getting on my jury. He said, we're not talking anymore. That was what he said.
Well, that's not what the definition of a peer is, anyways.
It isn't?
No. I mean, if you're an iron worker, that doesn't mean you get 12 iron
No,
workers.
but
it just means
it's almost a definition.
No, it's not even close to a definition. It just means 12 ordinary people from your community is a jury. And since about 1 out of every 100,000 people is a gambler.
Not in this town.
No, okay, in Las Vegas it's down to 1 out of 100 is a professional gambler. So that would have meant that you would have had a 1 in 10 chance of having one gambler on the jury.
Well,
which, by the way, might have been all you would have needed to get a hung jury.
That's.
Because you only need one guy to make sure you don't get convicted.
But anyway, I said, just go ahead and indict me. You want me to plead guilty to 1 count of illegal gamble? I've been gambling 47 years and paying my taxes for 47